Hey guys, it's Clint Mansfield, and I am your results leader.
You're listening to ResultsLeader.fm. Being a thought leader is easy. Getting results is hard. This show is for the results leader who lives and dies by their results. Here is your host and Chief Results Leader, Jonathan Rivera.
Yes, y'all. It's time once again for another ResultsLeader.fm. Welcome back. And today I've got another tasty treat for your earbuds. Lifestyle and sales coach, all around good guy, Mr. Clinton Mansfield. Clinton, welcome to the show. Good to be speaking with you again. Are you ready to rock this thing?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, it is a pleasure. Let's give our listeners a quick win. What book or books have you given most as a gift?
Wow, probably John Maxwell's The Leader Within, Developing the Leader Within. I did that when I was in corporate America. I was running a quite large of a sales force in the Midwest. And I just took so much from that book, being a leader and being, an influencer in that regards, to where I really wanted to really spread that good knowledge and that good energy, because it was just such a fantastic book. So made the purchase and we read it together pretty much, as a team after that. So it was definitely our first area of conversation when it came to leadership.
So why is leadership so important to you?
Wow. I think leadership has just always been something that I've been good at and I've gravitated towards. And I've always wanted to be better as a leader. I think growing up, it's kind of a tough upbringing. Looking for that leader and that person to follow was really tough for me. It was like a moving target. And I think that really got into my head a little bit and said that, well, if you're not going to essentially find that one person that you want to follow, then you better lead from the front and be that person that you would follow.
Tell us a story of how an apparent failure set you up for later success.
Wow. I would have to say that when I was in corporate America, my family had an opportunity to go overseas, my wife and my daughter, right after she was born. I learned very hard, a very rough lesson, dumping everything I had into my work. Actually was a razor blade, right, to my energy. And I didn't really understand that until my wife and my daughter was gone, is that I really kind of lost vision of what I was really going in every day and strapping up the boots and really going into work. When that was gone, things got dark for me. I think that it was almost like my passion had left. Right. And they were just, visiting family overseas. It wasn't anything, but I found myself getting too involved and I failed. I nosedived miserably as a professional in that regards. And I really had to take a hard look at myself and really truly understand what it is that I was doing. And I got burnout is what happened in corporate America. I grabbed the carrots, money, the success and financial gain and all that kind of stuff, but I traded my life for it. And I traded my health for it in a lot of ways. And not even so much my physical health, just my mental health. I mean, that's what I really had to take a hard look in the mirror and fix that first. It's given me a lot of abundance and success from there on out, and impact on other people. So unfortunately, right, you never grow when you're winning, you grow when you're losing.
How did you reclaim your life? How did you get back to center?
Well, I think I realized what was really most important for me. And really, I think that a lot of people get into a zone, what makes them happy. And what I mean by that is, sometimes professional athletes get into this zone where they just get in this mindset that everything else turns off or everything else slows down and everything else gets silenced. What I really needed to do is I needed to figure out what is that for me, because there was parts of corporate America that I absolutely loved. I loved influencing teams. I loved building teams. I loved helping people grow. But really, what I really was helping is I was helping people become better versions of themselves, right? Through my leadership and through coaching. So once I found that, and then what happened is that really, it like took the weight off of my shoulders, but it also opened my eyes up, my pupils dilated, my ears got huge. I just started absorbing what was truly going on around me, and I became present. And once I became present, then I was unstoppable from that, and I'm not trying to blow up my own horn. I'm not even touching the surface of what I would love to accomplish, and that's really influence and helping people at scale.
What would you say is the most worthwhile investment you've ever made?
Worthwhile investment, probably the one in myself. And I think that that's probably given me essentially my life back, but it's also said, okay, it doesn't belong to somebody else, because I think that we go through life with the perception that we want to have to others, and then who we truly are on that inside. Well, if I'm a vessel, if that means so much to me, right, in my message to help others, whether that's in their physical health, their mental health, or what they're providing to the world and their purpose, I mean, the reality of it is that investment into me is going to allow my cup to roll over into everybody else's much faster. Because how am I going to give anything if I'm empty inside? So if I'm at my peak physically and mentally, and I'm old, so I know I'm not going to be maybe hanging out with the 20-year-olds and whatnot anymore, but I could still do a pickup game of basketball, and I'm not even good at basketball. I could still play baseball. I could still do all this stuff because I want to take care of myself to live long, right? And so that's an investment it's a daily investment though, not so much of a one transaction.
In the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life?
Wow. You know what I used to do? I used to smoke cigarettes. It was horrible. I was, in the fitness industry, even as an executive, right? But it was like scotch and cigarettes and coffee during the day, kind of fueled my executivitis, if you will. Once I started really working on myself, because what a lot of people don't get is that from the outside, right? Even through social media, sometimes people look and appear to be a certain way. And I was outside, but internally I was suffering. I broke that habit, and I broke it. I tried a million times before, but that was the most powerful thing that I could have done physically for myself. And it was the best decision I ever made. I'm not, an advocate, quit smoking or anything like that. Like, look, there's all sorts of addiction out there, right? Like, hell, I've been addicted to food before, just as much as I have been cigarettes. But I think the reality of it is you got to make that decision for you. And that was the best habit that I gave up, actually. And then, of course, I gained a bunch of great habits because I gave it up.
What are some bad recommendations you hear in your area of expertise?
I would say with my business clients, one of the things that I just really have a tough time with in the business coaching world is making it all about the bottom line and the bottom dollar. I think that we really forget about culture, and we forget that companies and businesses are ran by people, not things. They're ran by people, not things. And they forget that quite a bit. And then I would say my lifestyle coaching clients, there is no secret, right? There is no secret to your health. There is no secret to your mental health or even your productivity. It's something that we all know what the answer is, and that's follow through. Want to get in better shape? Work out, eat healthy. Hello. I mean, that's not brain surgery, right? Like, you want better mental health? Like, stop consuming garbage on social media. Quit beating yourself up and trying to be perfect. There's all sorts of things that we already know the answer to, but nobody's following through.
Let's talk about what everybody is here for. Why do results matter, Clinton?
Wow, because how do you know where you want to go or what you want to do if there's no score, right? And the only way that you're being scored, it's one of my core values. It results. Are you living a results-driven path? Are you along the path of you just letting things happen and you don't even know what the score is? If we go back to the physical body, you start taking score, which means you start calculating how many calories are coming in and how many calories are going out, you're going to figure out very quickly why the scale says something, right? Or in business, and you're trying to run your finances or even with your personal life. Like if you don't know how much money is in your bank account, right? You don't balance your checkbook, if you will. Well, hello, that's a scary way to kind of go through. That's like, why don't you just drive down the middle of the road and turn your lights off at night and just say, hey, let's just see what happens. Nobody does that, right? It's scary. It really is.
In the last 5 years, what new realization has helped you get better results for your clients?
Wow. I think that not everybody thinks the same way that I do. That's what I think. I think that a lot of times I'm coming in to help them fix a problem. So I have their solution, but not everybody has the same thought patterns that I do. So understanding that and identifying that has been kind of a game changer for my business. It really has, because it helps me get my same point across. It helps me help with the solution to their problem, but also it helps me get out of the way and have them come up with the answer themselves, because I could just tell them what to do, but that's not what a coach does. A coach can't jump on the field. Coach can't run the play for them. All a coach can do is I can give you the plan, I can give you the playbook. I just can't get out there and do it for you. So they have to do the work. And that helps me entitle them, really, and empower them in a lot of cases. There's a thing in leadership and management that you can't fix everybody's problem for them, or they won't know how to fix it themselves. Go back when you have kids. I remember my daughter first starting to walk around. I wanted to have 2 pillows and just if she falls this way, I got her. If she falls this way, I got her. But eventually she's going to have to fall on her own to know why she's going to want to continue to walk. Why would you want to fall and bust your knee up, right? And I think in business, identifying those things, okay, I think in people's personal lives or even in their relationships, I think it's important to understand what is going on a regular basis, and then having them come up with the answer. What do you think the challenges are? Because chances are they already know. Well, I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that. Okay, why? Right? The next is why. Right? And then once we figure out the why, say, okay, what's our game plan? How are we going to fix it? And it's always we. I always think of not how are you going to fix it? Well, yeah, sure, you got to do it, but how are we going to fix it? How can I help you understand, again, what the challenge is, what the problem is, what the solution is? And then the biggest thing and the biggest reason why we have a lot of great success with our clients, I'll just put it to you there, is because I hold them accountable. I make sure that they do it. And if they don't do it, I'm all over them. The score is 0, right? I asked you to do 5 things. You did 1. So you get 1 out of 5? Really? Could we have tried harder? Could we have done more? Why didn't we do that? And here's the thing. You take score enough, and naturally what we have found is that I don't have to give any advice. I don't have to give any secret trick or anything like that. All I have to do is ask the right questions and truly understand taking score. We've even done it in our business where the average client will go up no less than 5% per day more than what they did before for the first 10 days of working with our company in business or in their personal lives, right? And it's crazy. And all we do is we take score and we ask questions. We give no solutions whatsoever. In the first 10 days, actually the first 2 weeks, we don't give any solutions. We just ask questions and we take score. And naturally, people get better. So then what do we know? Well, we know what the problems are. We know we have an idea of the solutions. And then, boom, we start holding accountable for little action steps and little wins throughout the process. And then, the rest is history. And that's why people stay with us, year after year after year as well, because they keep getting better.
Now we're about to get into your favorite part of the show where we talk about results. But first, I've got to ask you, are you picking up what we're laying down here? I hope so. That's why we do the show every week. And I want to ask you for a little bit of help. If there's someone out there that you think can benefit from this show, why not share it with them? Put it out there, hit the share button, use hashtag ResultsLeaderFM, and get it out there. Now let's jump back into the interview. What area of your business would you like better results?
Always in sales.
How so?
Always. Well, here's the thing. Like, until I've impacted millions of lives, okay, because I'm not there yet, but until I've done so, I'm not stopping, and I'm not going to be satisfied. I'll be blissfully unsatisfied. And that means that, look, I come from an abundant mindset, okay, where it's not so much about worrying how to pay the bills or invest in more of this or more of that. It's about impacting people's lives. So when I can do that at scale to where Provoke Coach is a household name in provoking positive change, then we won't stop. So it's always sales, because that's what makes businesses go around.
What results are you most proud of?
Probably the same, sales, because that's what I've done my whole life. And that's who I've always kind of been. I've always, when friends or family members would think of me growing up, I was the salesman. And it doesn't matter what I was selling. I could be selling the fact that I want you to be better. You're going to hear from me. And what does that mean? That means energy. That means positivity. That means that I'm holding to my core values. That means that I'm the type of coach that you don't always like, but you enjoy to dump Gatorade on. When we're holding the trophy, we love it because we're winning and we celebrate. That is something that I'm very proud of. And I'm going to just continue because I get a lot of positive reinforcement in that regards. My clients are like, F you, man. Like, they're just like, damn, you're aggressive. It's like, yeah, but that's why you hired me. Hire somebody that you want to be a peak performer and expect for everything to be sunshine and rainbows. Doesn't work that way.
Any party thoughts for the results leaders who are listening to us right now? That's the question.
Look, I would say be that leader that you would follow. Be that inspiration that would inspire you. Be that motivation that would motivate you. Not to be cliche, but I get pumped up and excited about, people that are like questioning like what I'm doing, people that hold me accountable. But leadership runs north, south, east, and west. It's not always from north to south. That's the cool part about the world that we live in, is that people that are my peers, people that are my clients, they influence me in a way that is going to help me be a better leader. And I don't always like the answer either, right? But that's how we are successful as leaders out there. I mean, that's what I would have to say.
Where can we get more from you, Clinton?
Okay. Yeah. Well, on all social, it's under, at Provoke Coach. Okay. Whether that's LinkedIn, whether that's Instagram, you can follow us on Twitter as well. We do have a YouTube channel with our podcast, the Provoke Coach podcast. And then, of course, our website. That's at provokecoach.com. I mean, it's pretty easy to find. I mean, you look up Provoke Coach, we're doing a pretty good job with our SEO, actually. You look up Provoke Coach and you're going to find us and connect. I mean, it's as easy as that. We're an open book.
Look for the rooster. I can't stop thinking.
That's right. That's right.
You're in the right spot. So we have been speaking with Mr. Clinton Mansfield. Thank you for being here. Thank you, results leaders, for tuning in. And we will be back in your earbuds next time. That is a wrap for another edition of ResultsLeader.fm. If you are out there getting results for your clients and you want to be featured on the show, go to ResultsLeader.fm now and apply to be on the show. And if you love what you're hearing, share the show, give us a rating and review, do anything to help us get the message out there. Thought leadership is easy, but results leadership is hard. We'll catch you on the next one.
This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.